Okay, Tom, Frank here for Evil Giant Robots for Miranda. This is the first vlog entry for 2015. The year usually starts off very slow. We sort of wound down, last sort of convention was CTN in November. I took the sketchbooks to a few conventions and signings since then. I took it to the Los Angeles Comic Book and Science Fiction Convention. I got a sketch at the beginning of the year from Ricardo Delgado, and that was a quick sketch but nice. I went to the Pasadena Toy and Comic Show. I got 3 sketches there, one from Bill Morrison. So, I have been a little active. I was going to take it to CalCon in Yorba Linda, but I was busy and I couldn't make that work. So, just slowly pushing things forward. I did reach out to More Great Art about Frank Whiteley, and he's going to be doing a convention in Florida at the end of June, so maybe More Great Art will be there. Maybe I'll mail him the sketchbook then, but he would be a huge score. I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to get him to draw in the sketchbook, and that's what I would like to do ideally. So still trying to keep that open. So we're about to gear up right now. What's today? Wednesday, and February 25th. And this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, is the Long Beach Comic Expo. Long Beach Comic Con has their big convention in the fall, which used to be in November, is now September. And they have their smaller convention. Used to be in May, now they pushed it to February, sort of beginning convention season earlier, and they've really sort of upped the guest list. They've got some big names there. A lot of people I already have in this project, so there are some people going. I would like to get one from Mike Choi. He says he's doing sketches. Jim Chung, Katie Cook is going to be there. So I've got 2 sketchbooks with me. I've got sketchbook 2 and sketchbook number 4. Sketchbook 1 still in New York with Adam Kubert. Sketchbook 3 is still in Japan with Matt Alt. So, 2 is plenty. We'll see how I do this weekend. As soon as I'm done this weekend, I'm going to take sketchbook number 4 and mail it to comicsketchart.com. He is going to be going to the London Super Comic Con. The sketchbook project is really worldwide this year. Brian Boland is going to be there, and he's an Eisner winner. I've got 9 Eisner-winning best penciler inkers left, and he's one of them. Great artist. He's not known for doing especially good sketches at conventions, but I'd still love to have him. And he's someone that I can't reach out to before, so I can't tell him it's an Evil Giant Robot. Another artist is there, Dave Wachter. He does great commissions. I saw him at C2E2 and liked his stuff. So it would be good to get him. And then Comic Sketch Art will be going to the Emerald City Comic Con at the end of March. And there's a couple artists there who I think would do great pages. I've reached out to both of them, Joe Ng and Long Vo. Both artists who I believe will be at the Udon table. And when you get people who are friends, it sometimes helps them get competitive and produce better drawings. So let me back up a second. So that's the sort of the travel plans for March for sketchbook number 4. Sketchbook number 2 I'm going to mail to my mother, and she's going to be going to a signing of Uri Schulweitz, Caldecott winner. We'll see what happens. It is best, I think, not to try and reach out. Well, I don't know how to reach out to him, what his email is, but sort of ambushing picture book people tends to work better if you sort of pressure them on the spot. That said, I did try and pressure Scott McCloud into doing one. I went to a signing, and he's promoting his new 500-page graphic novel, The Sculptor, and he's like, I really can't do it. I got to decline. And that happens. A bit of serendipity. I'm trying to get every Caldecott winner. The winner of the Caldecott Award in 2015, it was announced at February 1st or 2nd, was Dan Santat, who I already have in the project. So I racked up another Caldecott winner before the award was even announced. So that's great. So sketchbook number 2 has Dan Santat, and hopefully, we'll get something from Uri Schulweitz. My mom will mail it back to me. And then there's something I've been working on for a long time, and that is trying to coordinate the possibility of getting a sketch from Joe Johnston, one of the designers in the original Star Wars movies, directed Jurassic Park 3, real sort of huge guy in concept art. He designed Boba Fett, and TIE Fighters, and just a genius. Ralph McQuarrie, another, big Star Wars artist, from the original films. He passed away, so it would just be amazing to get one from Joe Johnston. He's doing a private signing at the end of March, so there's signatures that they're offering right now, but I'm trying to see if he'll do a quick doodle, is what it will come out to. I really think that if he was flipping through Sketchbook 2, he would have a joy, doing that, but I don't know, fingers crossed, we'll see. So then, if you look at April, I should have sketchbook number 2 back from the signing, and I will bring sketchbooks 2 and 4 to WonderCon. Jay Lee is going to be there. Kevin McGuire is someone that I'd like a sketch from, and I have to admit I would like this project to have a Rob Liefeld. I don't know how he would respond to the project. I think he'd like it. He seems like a family guy. Maybe what Deadpool's evil giant robot would look like would be a good thing to ask. There's Tomorrowland is coming out, so maybe Brad Bird will be at WonderCon promoting that. Could Sid Mead be there? I don't know how on earth one could get a sketch from Sid Mead, but that would be a huge score. Ralph Bakshi is finishing up, The Last Days of Coney Island? His Kickstarter animated movie. He's been, working away on that. That's going to be done at some point, and he'll be promoting it at some point, So maybe he'll be at WonderCon, maybe San Diego. He could be promoting it. Well, fingers crossed. So after WonderCon, as I mentioned last time, there's an Olympic wrestling champion who's an artist, Cale Sanderson. He won the Olympics in 2004. I'd like to approach him to do a sketch, the World Cup of Wrestling, if he's going to be there, coaching some of his proteges. Fingers crossed on that. If he's not there, he would definitely be at the World Championships, which is in Vegas in September. So I'll hit him up one way or the other. Now back to sketchbook number 4, which is only about 20 pages of 119 done, or 22 or something like that. There was an artist who I was really impressed with from the Philippines named Jimbo Salgado. And he was supposed to be at the London Super Comic Con. So I reached out to him or set up something for him to do a page there. Then he had to cancel because he's too busy. And he said, if you mailed it to me in the Philippines, I would do it. And, that's risky. Do I want to mail this to the Philippines? But, the truth be told, artists do better sketches when they're doing them in their studio. Than when they are doing them at a convention, because they can focus on it more. They have, they more control over the environment, helps them produce better art. And I said, if I were to do that, do you have friend artists who could also do pages? And he said yes, and he gave me the name of 3 other people, and they're all good. So it looked like April, mid-April. Do I want to wait till May? But at some point this spring, I'm going to have the sketchbooks take a tour of the Philippines, basically, and then come back and try and figure out, get it back in time. I'm still waiting to figure out when I'm going to get back sketchbook number 1. There's only 1 page left when I do get it back, or 2 pages left. The last page will be my daughter. The penultimate page, I'm thinking for sketchbook number 1, I will write a letter to Crash McCreary, who's my daughter's favorite artist, and see if he'd be talked into doing one. There's a whole bunch of, this year, it's crazy every year, but things that I'm looking forward to are Heroes Con. Oh yeah, that's a big one. Heroes Con. Nate Simpson has finally finished Non-Player #2, and he'll be promoting it. Amazing artist. Non-Player is a real monumental achievement in comic books, as far as I'm concerned. The first issue was amazing. He spent years doing the second one. No doubt it's going to be incredible. And he said he'll do a sketch for free. He promised me in 2012 or 11 that he would do one, and he says, my word is my bond. So I will mail it to a friend or Comic Sketch Art and have them get a free sketch from Nate Simpson. And I'm sure he'll love flipping through the sketchbook as well. Special edition is in New York, and that, I don't know who's going to be there, but I could mail one of the sketchbooks, have someone bring it there if there was a good list. There's certain random guests that are good, like at the Asbury Park convention in April. There's a old-time Transformers artist, Bob Budiansky, who I think would do a good one. I don't know anyone who's going to Asbury, but that would be, I'm sort of thinking about it. So Heroes Con, the ALA Summer Conference, they have the midwinter one where they announce the Caldecott winners, and all of the Caldecott honors are going to be there, and previous winners. So I sort of got that circled. There could be a huge guest list. So I'm definitely going to go to that with my daughter. I went last year. It was in Vegas and San Francisco. But, Dan Santat won. The honor winners were Mariko Tamaki, Yeye Morales, Lauren Castillo, Mary Grand Prix. So I'd like to go there. But I know books. Brian Selznick has a book coming out in the fall. Maybe he'll be there promoting that. Another Caldecott winner. Alan Say has a book coming out. Peggy Rathman lives nearby. Could she come? I don't know. We'll see. So then I'll end soon, but sort of San Diego Comic-Con, that's, the biggest convention of the year pretty much in terms of huge guests. I know John Cassaday has been doing artwork on the new Star Wars book, which broke records. So he's going to show up somewhere. I'd like to get him. I know someone who knows him. So maybe she can hook me up. If Ralph Bakshi's not at WonderCon, he should be at San Diego. Whoever the new Eisner winner is might be at San Diego. Bruce Timm is always at San Diego. There's too many artists and not enough time every year in San Diego. So I would like to, do Bruce, get Bruce Timm to do one. In Boston, one of the guests is Eduardo Rizzo, who I've wanted for a long time. Had the sketchbook in front of him 2 years ago at Big Wow Comic Fest. But, I can really push him to do one. I'll be there all 3 days. So, that's what it's looking at right now. More forthcoming action than already, accomplished recent sketches. But, things are really picking up, and the first half of the year is looking like it'll be very exciting. So, stick around. Lots more evil giant robots.